वसुदेवसुतं देवं
वसुदेवसुतं देवं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
कंसचाणूरमर्दनं
देवकी परमानन्दं
देवकी परमानन्दं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे
पुलारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा
येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णा
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः
प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः
Namo Namaha. Good afternoon, good morning from wherever you are joining. Today, leading up to Deepavali, today is the Ayurveda Day, World Ayurveda Day. Today, it's in fact it is the Dhanvantari Day, Dhanvantari Jayanti. Dhanvantari Jayanti is also celebrated as World Ayurveda Day. Ayurveda is a science of health. Science of health and wellness is Ayurveda. Yoga also is a Ayurveda. And Dhanvantari Jayanti. Dhanvantari in Srimad Bhagavatam also story comes. The Asuras and Devas, they were seeking for immortality. They wanted Amrita. Then Devas, they were advised by the Lord, make a truce with the Asuras and get together, get Amrita. Always fighting with others, we may not be able to reach the goal. When required, we should be able to make truce with others so that we can get the best out of the situation. Devas at that time approached Bali. Bali was also happy to hear, yes, we are going to get nectar. Bali, representing the demons, demon king, he thought once the nectar comes, we will take everything. And Devas also, they are banking on the Lord to help them out. They made a truce and they got Mandara mountain to carry the mountain. Devas were struggling. They did not know how to lift that one, so heavy. So Lord Bhagavan Sri Narayana Vishnu himself entered into Devas and Danavas and carried it, infused strength into them, carried. And he kept it on he asked them to put it in the ocean, Sagara. This mountain started sinking. So Lord himself became Kurma Avatara, went under the mountain and supported the mountain. Kurma Avatara supported that one. And they started churning. For churning, Lord suggested use Vasuki as a rope. And Vasuki, they told Vasuki, you have to go through the pain, but we will give anesthesia. And at the end, you will also get Amrita. Vasuki agreed. They started using Vasuki as a rope, and Devas they said, we will hold on to the head side. The Asuras, they thought it's an insult to hold the tail, we will hold the head. So Devas happily, Vishnu had said not to fight with them during this process. Whatever they want, let them. They said okay. And Asuras came, they started churning, and from the mouth of Vasuki, venomous poison started coming out, and Asuras got fainted, many died, so much of poisonous poison came out, women, and many died. And while churning, Asuras and Devas, they got tired. Again, Lord went into each of them and gave the strength from within. The mountain started tilting to support that one. Lord, from the top, with Ajita Rupa, he supported from the top. It won't topple. From the bottom he supported, from the top he supported. For churning, he entered into each being and supported them. So, in fact, it was done by the Lord himself. At the time of when the nectar came, the various things, while churning, various things came out, and Uchchaishrava, that horse came, Indra took that one, Airavata came, and Indra took that one, and alcohol came, Asuras they took, Lakshmi came, the very charming lady, but not a good character, Asuras they took, and various things came out. One by one they took that one. Kaustubha Mani, the Lord, he took that one and put it in the as a garland. He took that one, and at the end, the Lord with the 4 arms holding the Amrita Kalasha in his hand came out. Dhanvantari Rupa, Lord in the Dhanvantari. Today is the Dhanvantari Jayanti. Lord came, and when he came, and Asuras, they trampled over the Devas and took the Kalasha and ran away. And the Devas, they said, our game plan was, it went futile. They have taken it and ran away. Lord said not to worry. He appeared as a Mohini Rupa, and he with the enchanting beauty, and he confused the mind of Asura. She said, I will distribute. And she said, Asuras, they said, okay, you distribute. But she said, you don't know that you should not argue with me how I distribute. So enchanting, whatever she was saying, Asuras were saying, okay, we'll do. She said not to question. Whatever my order, my decision, you should not question. And she also said, enchanting lady, you can't trust. But they said, no, we trust you. Whatever she said, they agreed. And so she started distributing the Amrita to Devas. And when Devas, they took the Amrita, they got strong, and they warded off all the Asuric Shakti. Today is the Dhanvantari Jayanti, praying for our good health and long life. And also on this day, everyone must light up a lamp in the evening at dusk, lamp facing south. It is called as Yamadeepa. Yamadeepa is lit to ward off untimely death. The Yama should not enter into the house untimely. For warding off sickness and untimely death, Yamadeepa is lit tonight, and one is no untimely death, and Dhanvantari for good health and long life. Today, everyone must do that one, pray to the Dhanvantari for good health, and praying to the Yama, please not to enter my house too soon. May I have full life. And there is a Dhanvantari mantra also. Repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate.
Om Namo Bhagavate.
Mahasudarshana. Vasudevaya. Dhanvantaraya. Amrita Kalasha. Hastaya. Sakala Bhaya Vinashaya. Sarvaroga Nivaranaya. Trilokapataye. Trilokanidaye. Om Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa,
Mahavishnu Swarupa,
Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa,
Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa,
Om Shri Aushadha Chakra
Aushadha Chakra,
Narayanaya Namaha.
Narayanaya Namaha.
And with this, we'll start the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We have been covering the Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter. That if you have noticed the chapters, it's a series of thought. One chapter ends like a wave and it is leading to the next chapter. It's a train of thought. One chapter is linked to another. One chapter is linked to another. It is a Gita. Gita, it's a song of the Lord Himself. The song of the Lord, there are many Gitas. Even music, film music are also called as the Geet. Geet. And many people, they have evening musical concert, they say Geet Sangeet. But this is a song of the Lord. Instead of singing ordinary songs without any meaning, sing about it is Lord's song. It will enrich your life. Enrich your life. If you are playing Antakshari on ordinary film song, why don't you do Antakshari on Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita, that Antakshari, that it is a Lord's song which will enrich your life. In the 7th chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, Sri Krishna, he concluded the chapter with Jara Marana Mokshaya.
Jara Marana Mokshaya.
Mama Shrityaya Tantiye.
Mama Shrityaya Tantiye.
Te Brahma Tadvidu.
Te Brahma Tadvidu.
Te Brahma Tadvidu Krishna.
Te Brahma Tadvidu Krishna.
Adhyatmam Karma Chakilam.
Adhyatmam Karma Chakilam.
Adibhuta Adidaivam Mam.
Sadibhuta Adidaivam Mam.
Sadi Yajna Chaye Viduhu.
Sadi Yajnam Chaye Viduhu.
Prayana Kale Cha Mam Te.
Prayana Kale Picha Mam Te.
Vidur Yukta Chetasaha.
Vidur Yukta Chetasaha.
Shri Krishna says, Prayana Kale Api. Even in the last minute of one's life, knowing about this one, me as Adi Daiva, Adi Bhuta, Adi Daiva, Adi Yajna, Chaye Viduhu. Even knowing what is Adi Bhuta, Adi Daiva, Adi Yajna, they will reach the highest. In the 8th chapter, it is called as Akshara Brahma Yoga. Repeat after me, Akshara Brahma Yoga. Whatever then Arjuna was a very shrewd student. He was not taking things for my teacher has told and blindly believed. He was questioning the Lord. He was a very shrewd student, paying attention, not a blind believer. And he asked the question, what is that one you told about talked about jargons? I didn't understand. Please enlighten me. Arjuna Vacha.
Arjuna Vacha.
Kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam.
Kim tad brahma kim adhyatmam.
Kim karma purushottama.
Kim karma purushottama.
Adibhutam cha kim prokta.
Adibhutam cha kim prokta.
Adidaivam kim uchyate.
Adidaivam kim uchyate.
Yajna katam kotra.
Adiyajna katam kotra.
Dehesmin madhusudana.
Dehesmin madhusudana.
Prayana kale cha katam.
Prayana kale cha katam.
Jneyosi niyatatmabihi.
Jneyosi niyatatmabihi.
Kim tad Brahma? What is that Brahma you talked about? I know so many Brahmas, and what is that Brahma you are talking about? What is Adhyatma? What is Karma? I want to know. In the 3rd chapter, Arjuna already heard about Karma Yoga. In the 2nd chapter, Sri Krishna talked about Karma. And Karmanye Vadikaraste in 2nd chapter, 3rd chapter, Karma Yoga, 4th chapter again, this Karma. I talked about, told this one to Aditya. and in 5th chapter also it comes as karma. Now Arjuna asked that question, what is that karma you talked about now? I want to get clarified. And adibhutam, what is adibhuta? What is adidhaiva? And adiyajna, what is adiyajna? Dehe asmin, this Madhusudana kotre adiyajna, in this body, prayana kale. How to know you at the time of kicking off the bucket? How to remember you? In the last minute of our life, our senses becomes very weak, body becomes very weak, thinking becomes weak, we can't talk. Say, when the senses are becoming very weak, how to remember you in the last minute of our life? Shri Bhagavanu Vacha
Shri Bhagavanu Vacha
Aksharam Brahma Paramam
Aksharam Brahma Paramam
Swabhavodhyatma Uchyate
Swabhavo Adhyatma Muchyate
Bhutabhava Udbhava Karo
Bhutabhava Udbhava Karo
Visarga Karma Sanjnitaha.
Sarga Karma Sanjnitaha.
Shri Krishna talks about Brahma means there are many Brahmas are there. Brahma, meaning of that one is big. This one he is talking about Akshara. This Brahma, no distraction. No distraction. And for the Jiva, for Jiva cannot be called as the Brahma, it's a Jiva, it is not the highest. Supreme Lord is the highest. Jiva, though this journey has no beginning, but it has an end. Whereas Supreme Lord, Akshara, Akshara, no distraction. He was complete, he is complete, he will be complete. No change. Whereas Jiva, beginning, incomplete, and moving towards the completeness. There is a modification in Jiva. Supreme Lord, always perfect. Jiva, beginning not perfect, moving towards the perfection. And Supreme Lord, always complete, always pure, always it's auspicious. Akshara, he is Akshara. He revels through each and every senses. Jiva revels through only one body. Supreme Lord revels through every body, every senses. He revels through that one. Jiva is confined to one area. Supreme Lord everywhere. Atuksha, alphabet, Sanskrit alphabet, Akshamala. In all letters, all languages, in whatever languages in the world, he is whatever you speak, it is nothing but his, you are talking about him. Akshara, Brahma Paramam, highest. Jiva is also is Brahma to a limited, not Parama. He is talking about Supreme Lord is Param. He is the highest. Param Brahma. Swabhavo Adhyatma Uchyate. I have unique nature. My fingerprint, my unique nature, it won't change. In the Patanjali Yoga Sutra also talks about by changing from one body to another, my unique nature won't change. The trait continues. Some babies, right from childhood, babyhood, they carry on certain trait. Where did they pick up? Some babies, some children, right from childhood, they are expert in music or dance or prodigy. Where it has come, the trait moves from one body to another. The signature cannot be changed. It's unchangeable, swabhava. That is, my swabhava cannot be changed. Whereas Supreme Lord is an embodiment of all swabhavas. My signature is unique. He is behind everyone's signature. Though he doesn't have his own signature, he encompasses all signatures and he transcends beyond that one. He transcends beyond that one. Bhuta bhava udbhava karo visarga karma sanjnitaha. the modification of our the Panchabhuta, we are prompted to do various things. On a hot day, uncalled for, we start watering the garden. That the karma. In the winter months, we put on the heater. The change of weather, change of season, whatever, it is prompting us to do karma. Situation changes. That is Jada Prakriti. And our guna. Guna is called as a Chetana Prakriti. They are binding us. The Prakriti, our mood, our gunas, Tamasic guna, Rajasic guna and Sattvic guna is Chetana Prakriti. They are making us to do something. They prompt us to do the karma. Adibhutam ksharo bhava.
Adibhutam ksharo bhava.
Purushashchadi daivatam.
Purushashchadi daivatam.
Adiyajno ahame vatra.
Adiyajno ahame vatra.
Dehe dehabhritam vara.
Dehe dehabhritam vara.
Adibhutam ksharo bhava. The whatever material world we have, however glorious it is subject to change and subject to destruction. Subject to change and subject to destruction. Material world, Shri Krishna is slowly talking about material world subject to change, subject to destruction. But bhava purusha adi daivatam, in this body also subject to change. We have come here with a baggage. To unpack the baggage, we have come with the prarabdha karma. The jivas are so weak, it doesn't have enough strength to unpack itself. To unpack various divine, when it is born, various divine beings also born with that soul. To help unpack our karma. Through eyes, Surya is there, Chandra is there in the ears, Agni in the mouth, and mind, Rudra is there, Shiva is there, and excretory organ, Yama and Niriti are there, Jayanta in the legs, Indra in the hands, and various senses are there. Various devas are born, help us unpack. We can't unpack ourselves. And Adideva and Adiyajna, and why the divine beings are born, they are born to, it is their yajna towards the high Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is there within every body, within every soul, there is a Supreme Lord. All the devatas are born along with each being. Why they are helping? It is the Adi Yajna, it is their Yajna towards the Supreme Lord. They are doing the Yajna to invoke the grace of the Supreme Lord. We do the Yajna in one body. Supreme Lord does, the divine beings do the Yajna through all bodies. Through all bodies. For example, Mukhya Prana is doing the Hamsa mantra japa. He is doing 21,600 times. So Hamsa mantra japa he is doing within. In the deep meditation we can hear Om, 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 that mantra. Who is doing? The Mukhya Prana is doing. In every body we are doing only one body. He is there in every body doing. Their result also, their punya also is more. Divine beings wants to accumulate as much punya as they can as a service to the, by doing the service to the Lord. Adi yajna aham evatra. That's supreme. All the divine beings are doing the yajna to invoke me alone. Dehe deha britam vara. In this body. Antakale cha mameva.
Antakale cha mameva.
Smaran uktva kalevaram.
Smaran uktva kalevaram.
Ya prayati samadbhavam.
Ya prayati samadbhavam.
Yati nastyatra samshayah.
Yati nastyatra samshayah.
Antakale cha mameva. Shri Krishna says, Arjuna asked the question, how to know you in the Antya Kala? Shri Krishna, to begin with, opening statement, he says, in the last minute, think of me alone. Mama eva, not me also. Mama api, he did not say mama api, he says mameva, I alone. Think of me alone. Smaran muktva kalevaram, and as you kick the bucket off, think of me and kick the bucket. Ya prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra atra samshayah, na asti atra samshayah. Madbhavam ya prayati, one, yati means travel. The final journey is called as prayati. It is the final journey. When you kick off the bucket, the last journey, the antima yatra. Antima yatra, we are busy traveling in various places. We go to this holiday, that yatra, this yatra. But the antima yatra, from the body, as the soul kicks off, ya prayati madbhavam, thinking of me, comes to me alone. Na yati nastyatra samshaya, without doubt that person comes to me. Yam vapi smaran bhavam, tyajantyante kalevaram, tam tamai vaiti kaunteya, sada tadbhava bhavitaha. Yam vapi, whatever you think and leave the body, you will get that one. That what you think in the last moment of your life, it's not just a coincidence. By accidentally you thought, whatever you think, whatever you entertained in your life with passion all through your life, same thing will come to your mind. The last thought of your life is not an accidental. That accidentally I started thinking about dosa or idli or party or my bank balance. It is not accident. People may be next to you saying the mantra, but I will be thinking of something else. And what you think, it's not an accident. It is a cumulative. Whatever you had developed through the life, that alone comes. Whatever you do, if you are careless in your life, did a careless life, you get silly thoughts. You may be thinking of your dog or your deer, Jada Bharata Katha. In the story I talked about, though he practiced, he thought about the deer, his pet. And he was born as a that dog. And yes. So that he was born, Jada Bharata was born as a deer. He was thinking of that one. And Shri Krishna says, be careful. That is why sadhana, not to wait until you become old. It is good that some of our children, yoga teachers training they are doing, they are introduced to sadhana from the early age. Their parents also are pushing them, introducing this concept to them from the early age. When you are very old, if you have nothing else to do after retirement, I am doing, mind becomes very unsettled. You can't concentrate. Practice from beginning itself, not to wait for your retirement age. You may not get a retirement age. Your life can change at any time. And one gym instructor other day in news was there, and he was welcoming and he was teaching all the newcomers in the gym how gym is good for health. And as he was explaining, he had a massive heart attack and died. And there is no sure. I may talk about that one, and life is so uncertain, not to wait until the last minute. I will wait for that one. When you have strength, when you have health, start doing that one. Shri Krishna says, yam vapi, whatever you smaran bhavam, tyajati ante kalevaram. whatever you think of and leave the body, tam evaiti, definitely kaunteya, sada tadbhava, you get that one. And Sri Krishna is telling his close friend Arjuna, don't waste your time. I will give you a suggestion now. Tasmat, therefore, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu
तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु
mamanusmara yudhyacha
मामनुस्मर युध्य च
mayarpita mano buddhi
मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धे
mame avaishyasya samshayah.
वैश्यस्य असंशयः.
Tasmat, therefore, Shri Krishna is saying, Tasmat, not to be silly in your life and thinking of ordinary things in your life. And in the beginning itself, Arjuna asked the question, Kim tad Brahma? What is the highest I should think? Kim tad Brahma, this aksharam Brahma paramam. If you are thinking anything, think of the highest. Why settle for ordinary when you can think the highest? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu, all the time think of me. Mam anusmara japa. The japa, the secret of japa, it is japa, it is not the mantra you pick up from a book and or from the Google and you get a mantra, you get a weight on the mantra when you receive the mantra from a guru. It carries the weight. Not just pick up a mantra and do it. When you get from a guru, it carries the weight. That mantra repeat, anusmara, again and again, anusmara. And mantra is like a seed, and see whether you can, the seed itself is, it's only in a potential state. You had to convert the seed into kinetic. You had to realize that seed. You had to break that seed open, crack that seed open through the sadhana. Anusmara yudhyacha. Whatever, wherever you're placed in your life, maybe a farmer, gardener, employee, employer, lawyer, pharmacist, doctor, whatever is your background, you fight the battle of your life. Everyone is fighting a battle. No one's life is easy. The equipment we use the battle is different. Everyone is fighting the battle. Whatever is the mode of your life, that without complaining, think of the Lord all the time. Maya arpita, offer everything. Yes, there is a Dhanvantari story I talked about while churning the ocean in search of amrita, in search of nectar. We get exhausted, tired, and we say, sorry, I can't do, I am exhausted, I am tired, I can't do anymore. Shri Krishna says, not to say that one. Maya arpita, offer it to me, like I entered into Dhanavas and Devas, gave the strength, I will also enter into you, give you a strength to do the sadhana. Not to give up, sorry, I can't do. With vigor, arpita, you offer it to me, I will enter into you. Bhishmacharya said, I have no strength to give advice to Yudhishthira in the last minute. Shri Krishna says, and how can I do? Bhishma said. Shri Krishna said, you have surrendered to me, not to worry. I will enter into you and I will speak through you. Whatever we do when you are exhausted, offer it. Maya arpita, mana and buddhi. The mana is an initial mind, buddhi is a conclusive mind. The initial mind and conclusive mind both should be aligned like a compass needle is pointing to the north. Always. My thinking is something, my conclusion is different, and it should be my initial thought and final thought, conclusion. They must, the initial thought must follow the conclusive mind. Manas must follow the buddhi, not the other way. I do not have my own decision ability. I follow the whims of the mind, not that one. Mana and buddhi. Mind must be trained to follow the buddhi. Mame avaishyasya asamshayah. Mame avaishya. You will, when you do that one, you will think of me undoubtfully. How to do that one? Is it a 1 day affair, 1 month affair? Abhyasa yoga yuktena.
Abhyasa yoga yuktena.
Chetasana anyagamina.
Chetasana anyagamina.
Paramam purusham divyam.
Paramam purusham divyam.
Yati partha anuchintayan.
Yati partha anuchintayan.
Abhyasa yoga. It is talking about not ordinary abhyasa. Abhyasa, people go to gym every day. They say, this is my abhyasa, practice. That practice, that is not practice. Sri Krishna is not talking about that one. Abhyasa, I am practicing the various things, preparing for exam. That is also abhyasa. Sri Krishna is not talking about that one. Abhyasa, I am practicing cooking. Every day I am practicing. That is not, he is talking about abhyasa yoga. Yoga, abhyasa, your practice is like a yoga for higher cause. Abhyasa yoga yuktena. Yukta means yunja, integrated. You have to connect yourself to the Supreme Lord. Yoga and yukta. You are connected to the Supreme. Abhyasa yoga yuktena chetasa na chit. Mana, buddhi, ahankara, chitta, chetana. Chit means memory. You have to develop your memory. Many people, they say, my memory is very weak. My memory becomes strong when you develop interest for something. When you do not have interest, memory won't be there. Memory comes to you when you develop interest. You bowing down to Lord Shri Krishna, not out of fear. Not out of fear I may be shunted to hell. Out of fear that I will just go to temple. Why unnecessarily? If I am pushed to hell, I will go to temple. I am scared of Lord, not that one. Out of deep love of many things I like, but the best, most highest, the highest is Supreme Lord. It says, I have many dear things, and the highest of that one must be the Lord. Mayar Pita, Abhyasa Yoga Chetasa, when I am intensely loving my Supreme Lord, He becomes our Sarati. He will be our charioteer. We are not loving Him, we say, you also, I like you also. Arjuna, he did not ask Sri Krishna to become a charioteer, become my driver. He did not treat him like a driver. He said, please guide me. To guide, please be in the driver's seat. Arjuna submitted, and he did not say, you are my driver. And he says, please guide me. Please be in the driver's seat. When your Chetana, memory becomes very strong, always thinking about that one. Chetasa na anyagamina, not going here and there. When the memory is strong, your backup memory is strong, and if there is even the people, they say when they are old age, they have short time memory loss is there. Current thing they don't remember. What happened yesterday I don't remember. But if you have that Chetana is awakened, the long time memory will be there. It won't be erased. That hard disk It cannot be, that memory cannot be erased, it stays. The short term, in the many elderly people, they say they have short term memory. It may be wiped out, but the long term memory is still there. Chetasa na anyagaminam. Paramam purusham divyam. Think of the Supreme Lord, not the ordinary Purusha, Parapurusha. Paramam Purusham Divyam, not he gives the quality also. Most resplendent, Divyam. Partha Anuchintayan, think of them, most brilliant, most the highest through the practice, through the japa, think of him all the time. Shri Krishna talks about the Divyam, gives the 9 qualities of the Supreme Lord. Kavim Puranam Anushasitara, Anoraniyam Anusmaredhyaha, Sarvasya Data Achintya Rupa, Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat. Gives the 9 qualities of the Supreme Lord. Kavim, knower of everything. Purana, most ancient, yet the most youngest. Pura Apinava is Purana. And Anushasitara, the who sets the rule. Why I am doing this way, why I am born in this country, why I am living in this country, why I am born through that parent, I have no control. Who makes one karma to come now, and who makes the prarabdha karma to be operational, some karma in the back burner. It is not in our control which karma to come into place and which not. Anushasitaram, Anoraniyam, the smaller than the smallest, because of that he pervades everywhere. Anusmaredhyaha, the thing to be contemplated on. What is to be contemplated on is him. Sarvasya dhata, giver of everything, supporter of everything. Achintya rupa, you cannot behold his roop, comprehend his roop, form. He has all forms, like water takes the shape of the container, he takes the shape of whatever we think of, but his rupa we can't comprehend in totality. Aditya Varna is most radiant like sun. You know the midday sun, he is like a brilliance of the sun. And tomorrow I will be talking on that one. And Tamasa Parastat, beyond. What about in the night time? I am beyond the darkness. Prayana Kale Manasa Chalena, Bhaktya Yukto Yoga Balena Chaiva, Brur Madhye Pranam Eveshya Samyak, Satam Param Purusha Upaiti Divyam. In the last minute of your life, Prayana Manasa Achalena, practice the yoga, practice concentration is important. Mind is not wavering here and there. And the deepa, like when you light up a lamp, the flame is always connected with the wick. Your mind is like that. Achalena bhaktya yukto, with the devotion. Use the bhakti as a linchpin. Yukto yoga balena chaiva. Bhakti yoga. Strengthen yourself. Inner strength dawns through bhakti yoga. Yes, karma yoga I can do when I have strength. Jnana yoga acquire. When at the time of death, my mind becomes very weak. But what gives the strength is the devotion. Firm faith in the Lord, that is the real strength. A dying person, what protects him despite his or her weakness? Cannot stand, cannot talk, cannot hear, cannot see. When everything is failing, What is up helping that one is the devotion, intense devotion to the Lord. Bhrur madhye. When the devotion at the heart and attention you have brought to the eyebrow center, bhrur madhye, you are concentrated, you garnered all the pranas, you pulled up all the pranas and you have come to the eyebrow center. Satam param purusha upaiti divyam. And sa param, that satam purusha upaiti divyam. When that person has come to hear, garnered it, that person reaches the highest. Generally, when person is dying, what they do, that they feel the feet becomes very weak. The feet becomes very weak, has gone cold. In the hospital, nurses will be rubbing the feet sole. Nurses will be rubbing the feet sole, and or they put thermals, they put the socks, and in the hospital they put the socks. They don't want the feet to become cold. They keep rubbing the feet. As the person, when the person is about to die, the prana starts going up from the feet. The feet, it starts, then when prana is ascending, feet becomes cold. Further up, slowly the stomach region becomes cold. Chest, then doctors will be checking. Has the body gone cold or still temperature is there? The body has gone cold means prana has left. Prana has left. Slowly, through the yoga practice, from the feet up, from one chakra up, from the Muladhara, I talked about, it is connected to the eyes. And further, Swadhisthana chakra, you can't see to begin with, you can't taste. And after that, to begin with, you can't smell. As the person, prana goes up, you can't smell, then you can't taste, then you can't see, then you can't feel, and then last faculty to go is hearing. I can't hear. The last thing, that is why there is a Karna Sukta. There is in Veda, there is a Sukta called as Karna Sukta. You have to tell this one when person is dying near his right ear or left ear, right ear, come close to the right ear, tell that Karna Sukta. What to be heard at the time of death. Karna Sukta, right ear. Last thing to depart is the hearing. The prana has gone there, and further up, you position yourself. Bhrur madhye pranam eveshya samyak satam purusham upaiti divyam. Then think of the divya, Supreme Lord, most radiant. Kavim purana anushasitaram anoraniyam anusmaran sarvasya data achintya rupam aditya varnam. Think of that brilliant Supreme Lord. Yadaksharam veda vido vadanti.
Yadaksharam veda vido vadanti.
Vishanti yadyattayo vitaragaha.
Vishanti yadyattayo vitaragaha.
Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti.
Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti.
Tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe.
Tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe.
Yadaksharam, yad aksharam, that imperishable, supreme, Veda vido vadanti, no verse of the knowledge, Veda, they talk about Vishanti, Pravishanti, Yadyatvayo, they enter into the highest, they talk about that one without any attachment, no attachment for the silly things. Vishanti, Pravishanti, they enter the highest. Yadichanto brahmacharyam, yadi, whatever they aspire, brahmacharya, the think of the param brahma, the highest brahmacharyam charanti, their life is dedicated for the higher purpose, not for ordinary things. tatte padam, what the realized people, they talked about, how they entered in through the contemplating on the highest without any attachment. I will talk about that one in summary. Listen. Sarvadvarani sanyamya
सर्वद्वाराणि संयम्य
manohridi niruddya cha
मनोहृदि निरुद्य च
murdhyadharya atmana prana
मूर्ध्याधार्य आत्मना प्राण
murdhyadaya atmana prana
मूर्ध्यादाय आत्मना प्राण
astito yogadharanam.
आस्थितो योगधारणा
Sarvadvarani, the body has Navadvare Pure, they talk about Navadvare Pure Dehi, 9 apertures, but it is also talking about Ekadasha Dvara, 11 apertures are there. 9 apertures talks about 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 6 mouth, 7 2 lower apertures, Navadvara. It is talking about 11. When the baby was born, baby in the stomach, it is the navel. Through the navel, food was supplied through the umbilical cord. That was open. When it was blocked, that the navel was closed. The 11th one is there here. Sarvadvarani sanyamya. You have to close, have control over all the doors. You should know when to close the door. And otherwise, unwanted things come out and go out. You should know how to close the gate. In yoga, these closing the gates and opening the gates are called as the mudras and bandhas. Mudras and bandhas are talking about the how to open the gate and close the gate. And samyamya, through practice of yoga, manohridi, your mind is not in the brain, mind is there in the heart. I can feel, I say, I can feel things. Feeling part is manohridi nirudhyacha. Establish yourself in the heart center. Murdhya dharyatmana. Murdhya daya. Murdhya adhaya. Murdhya means head. Adhaya, established, firmly established. You have pulled all the pranas and you have come to the eyebrow center. You are firmly established. In the head center, you know there is the 11th aperture, 11th gate. You have closed all the 10 gates, the 9 gates. The 11th gate is in the crown. That part, you depart through that one with the force. When the soul departs, this part through the 11th, this opens. That is why in the many tradition, the sannyasis, when they die, whether they have gone through where they go, we don't know, but as a symbolic, they put a coconut here and break the skull here, thinking that let it go, that person would have died. If you have not practiced, even if you break someone's skull, that person may go somewhere. And not that you have to break somebody's skull at the time of death and unprompted. That is an indication. It has to go through here. And even if you break the skull, if that person hasn't practiced, no sadhana can depart from the lower aperture. Murdhya adhaya atmana prana eveshya prana astito yogadharanam. Through the yogadharana, dharana, I talked about last week also in the Sunday class and Saturday class, desha bandha chittasya dharana. Focusing on one place, one concept, one thing, focusing on that one, yoga dharana. Through the yoga, you practice so many things to come to a conclusion. One pointed gaze. Yoga dharanam. Through yoga sadhana, you garner your strength, establish yourself. This eyebrow center eyebrow center in yoga, it is talked about Ajna Chakra with the two petals. The two petals represent Garuda Shakti, two wings of the bird, or Garuda, or like a Hanuman, represents like a Hanuman with it will take us to the highest. Then it is talking about now what I have to do. I have come here. Shri Krishna has given some indication how to prepare ourselves for the final journey. It is talking about Om ityekaksharam brahma
Om ityekaksharam brahma
vyaharan anusmaran
vyaharan
prayati tyajan deham
prayati tyajan deham
yati paramam gatim.
yati paramam gatim.
Om ityekaksharam brahma
Om ityekaksharam brahma
vyaharan anusmaran.
vyaharan
Om ityekaksharam brahma
Om ityekaksharam brahma
vyaharan anusmaran
vyaharan
prayati tyajan deham
prayati tyajan deham
yati paramam gatim.
yati paramam gatim.
And Om, Shri Krishna says, Om iti ekaksharam brahma, the Supreme Lord. In the earlier it is talked about anoraniyam, smaller than the smallest. The biggest of the mantras comes in various meters, starting from the Gayatri Chandas or Vushnik Chandas, Gayatri with 24 the letters, or Vushnik with 28, or Anushtup with 32 letters, or Brihati with 36 letters, or Pankti with 40, or Trishtup with 44 letters, or Jagati 48 letters, or Ati Jagati, even bigger mantras. Whatever is the bigger than the biggest mantras, you can talk about. In the beginning we talked about Dhanvantari mantra. It is a big mantra. It's a big mantra, Ati Jagat, or a Jagati mantra, or the smaller than the smallest mantra. What is that one? Om. It is the smallest of the smallest mantra. He is the seed of all that mantra. Om iti ekaksharam brahma. That Supreme Lord, in the last minute, you can't say the whole thing. In our Sanatana Dharma, all mantras starts with Om. Om indicates auspiciousness. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Ganganapate Namaha. That all the mantras, Om Dhum Durga Devi Namaha, all the mantras starts with Om. Shri Krishna says Om indicates me. Om is nothing but me. Om is nothing but me. Everything, whatever you deity you worship, it starts with me. It is nothing but my mantra. Om ekaksharam brahma vyaharan. The expansion of Om is all the mantras. The seed mantra is Om vyaharan anusmaran. Now at the last minute, think of, you only can say Om. Think that it is an expansion of all mantras. Anusmara, do the japa on Om. Anusmaran, prayati, one who departs this way, tyajan deham, leave this one, yati paramam gatim. That person reaches the highest. Here, Shri Krishna has given trikarana, the sadhana, 3 ways of sadhana he has given. He has given Om. Use your mouth, lip movement. You are saying that one thing, your mantra, through your lips. And he is talking about in the eyebrow center, think of the divya in the heart center, the most resplendent, most radiant. Supreme Lord in the heart center. Think of Him. One is for the mouth, one is for your eyes. Think of His form, most radiant. And another, chetasa na anyagamina, your memory. Thinking of the quality. How you, the quality, for example, Vasudeva. Vasudeva means one who is there within, pervades everywhere, closest friend. He is my friend who pervades everywhere. Vasayati devayati, most brilliant, closest friend. The quality, not just the nama, but also not only the noun, but also adjective. What that qualifies, what is the meaning of that one, think of that one. Not just saying, om, 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 om. What is that meaning? What does it mean? One is, Shri Krishna talks about through your lips. Contemplating through your inner eye is form. And contemplating through your memory deep within the quality, what does it represents? These three must go together. And when we do that one, the people may be talking something. If the memory is not thinking something else, you won't hit the target. You have to, gaze is fixed between the eyebrow center. Eyebrows pranam eveshya bhruvor madhye, pranam eveshya samyak. When you bring the concentration in the eyebrow center, you see the light here. Here, not only talking, you are seeing the light and you are contemplating on what it represents. When these three lines are aligned, you are sure to hit the target. This sloka requires further expansion. I will talk about another, there is a lot of mathematics also is involved in this one. I will talk about mathematical form also, formula in the coming classes. What is mathematics in this sloka? What is that one? It's a hidden, the mathematics is there, hidden formula is there, and this sloka also requires further expansion. I will dive deep into that one. Be regular in your practice, and tomorrow I will be talking about Deepavali, and I have given a preamble to Deepavali today, and whatever I spoke, you have to anusmaran again and again, listen to that one to strengthen your chetana. Repeat the sloka from 11. Yadaksharam veda vido vadanti.
Yadaksharam veda vido vadanti.
Vishanti yadyatayo vitaragaha.
Vishanti yadyatayo vitaragaha.
Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti.
Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti.
Tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe.
Tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe.
Sarvadvarani sanyamya.
Sarvadvarani sanyamya.
Manohridi nirudhya cha.
Manohridi nirudhya cha.
Murdhyadarya prana.
Murdhyadaya atmana prana.
Murdhya adhaya
Murdhya adhaya
atmana prana.
atmana prana.
Astito yoga dharanam.
Astito yoga dharanam.
Omitye ekaksharam brahma.
Ekaksharam brahma.
Vyaharan anusmaran.
Vyaharan anusmaran.
Prayati tyajan deham.
Prayati tyajan deham.
Yati paramam gatim.
Yati paramam gatim.
Vasudeva sutam devam.
Vasudeva sutam devam.
Kamsachanuramardanam.
Kamsachanuramardanam.
Devaki paramanandam.
Devaki paramanandam.
Krishnam vande jagadgurum.
Krishna